Like damn, she wanna afford to touch me. I say I want it, and she got it.
What's good? It's your boy Jay. That's me. Let's get into AEW Dynamite from September the 18th, 2024. Oof. This show gave me a massive headache. I feel like I need to take between 500 to 1,000 milligrams worth of ibuprofen. That's what it seems like, because this show really did give me a headache. Not really, but it just feels like that. But this was a bad show. Bad. Oof, this thing was bad. Not good. Not good. So, we have news and notes to get into. Note 1. So, AEW, they're still working out their deal with Warner Brothers Discovery. So apparently they may have come to an agreement of some sort. And apparently they are getting a $170 million deal for 3 years with an opt to add on a fourth year. So that's really solid right there. That would give them about roughly close to $700 million after all is said and done, which is great. That's excellent. That's really, really good. That's a lot of money for a second-rate promotion. So I'm happy for them on that end. So that is rather good. Now, apparently, for all that money, they're probably going to get rid of Rampage probably for that. Hopefully they do, and they're probably going to replace it with Shockwave. Now, I personally think that AEW has too many shows already. They have 3 shows that's failing, and I feel that AEW is not worth that much. So apparently they may have doubled their deal, and that's always good on their end. But AEW has been cold as ice for months. The ratings are constantly decreasing week in and week out. There's nothing really hot on the product. Rampage and Collision are basically unwatchable. No one watches those shows. And it's just not a good look. But I have always been under the belief that they have a stake in AEW, that being Warner Brothers Discovery. I would probably say between 20 and 30% stake that they have in AEW. They would have to. We all know that Warner Brothers is going to lose the NBA. It's just a done deal, and it is what it is. So they have to keep AEW afloat somehow, and that's going to now be their number one for sports. Even though wrestling's not a sport, we all know this, but it's good, and I'm happy for AEW. I just feel that Warner Brothers should step in the way of certain things that Tony Khan decides to do, and they need to put him in his place. I feel if they continue to let him, make the moves that he's making, they need to step in. They need to step in and basically really, bring him back to reality and say, hey, look, we're funding part of this. We know we get that this is your baby, this is your project, but we're actually, funding a good chunk of this. So maybe they can work something out. I don't know, but this is good. And hopefully we get pay-per-views included. Hopefully AEW will be able to stream their pay-per-views and go on Max, which they should have already done that, I would say, a while ago, honestly. Because $50 for pay-per-views is way too much. Most people don't buy pay-per-views. Most either have some other way of getting it, i.e. a Fire Stick. That's what I do. That's how I watch most of the AEW pay-per-views, is via Fire Stick. And then you can use other sites, but those tend to buffer a lot. So the best option for me would be Fire Stick. But I'm hoping that this deal does come through, and there should be an announcement, I would say probably within the next 2 to 3 weeks, I would assume. So kudos to AEW for this. Moving on, next bit of note, Adam Cole, he was seen backstage after the show, so that's cool. So when is he going to be brought back to television? I have no idea, but if I'm Adam Cole and Tony Khan, I feel that they should both part ways with each other. It should be an amicable decision. It should be amicable, and that's what needs to happen. Adam Cole's time in AEW has actually been a massive flop. It's been a total letdown. Tony Khan put this guy in 3 failed factions, and all of them struck out. They all struck out. And I don't see Adam Cole being at the top of AEW. I just don't fucking see it. I don't. I really, really don't see Adam Cole being a top guy in AEW. You got MJF coming back in the next little bit. You've got Swerve coming back, still at the top. You got Will Ospreay, who's at the top. And you've got Jon Moxley, who's at the top. You also have Danielson, who's at the top as well. So you've got 5 top guys. Adam Cole's not going to fit in there. So I don't see it happening. If I was Adam Cole, I would literally go to Tony Khan and just request for my release, and I would go to either WWE or TNA, preferably on WWE. I could see Adam Cole being in the mid-card, either on Raw or SmackDown, fighting for the Intercontinental Championship or fighting for the United States Championship. I think that would be perfect for Adam Cole. But that's the only way that Adam Cole can potentially salvage the rest of his career. There's just no point in him staying with AEW. There's no point. And I don't know how long his deal was. I don't know how long it was. I would assume with him being out and being injured for a while, Tony more likely would tack on some time for that. But if I was Adam Cole, man, it's just time to move on. It's really time to part ways. Plus, him and Britt Baker are no longer together, so just really move on. That's all you can do. I think Adam Cole would be better off in WWE, and that's just what it is. I don't see Tony trying to figure out a way to put him in a top spot. I just don't see it. Like I said, you've got Ospreay there. You've got Swerve there. You've got MJF there. You've got Moxley there. You've got Danielson there. I mean, there's not room for Adam Cole at the top. It's just not. It's not there. I don't know. I just hope that Adam Cole just decides that, hey, I'm going to go to WWE and just request his release and go to WWE. That's what I would do. All right, let's get into this show. AEW Dynamite from September the 18th, 2024. We kicked this horrible show off with Orange Cassidy defeating Chris Jericho. Who cares? I am over Orange Cassidy. Can we please make him a backstage producer? And it's time for Jericho to go the fuck away. We have to send him away. Seriously. I'm tired of Orange Cassidy. Why is Tony Khan continuing to push him? I have no idea. I don't. And I didn't care about this match. They're fighting over a jacket that got drenched in orange juice 4 years ago. Who gives a damn? Moving on. So we get a vignette from the Blackpool Combat Club with Pac and Claudio Castagnoli. They were asking for Wheeler Yuta, and they said to Wheeler Yuta to put his socks on, and they'll see him next week. Claudio asked Wheeler Yuta to show up next week. Jon Moxley and Marina Shafir come in, and Mox says that Yuta can do what he wants. Then Mox says Yuta needs to look in the mirror and be the man he was taught to be. So this would be an interesting storyline if Wheeler Yuta was any bit of interesting, but he's not. He sucks, and that's just what it is. But I don't care about this because I don't care about Wheeler Yuta. I don't give a damn about Wheeler Yuta. If this was Daniel Garcia, then yeah, I could see that. But I just don't give a damn about Daniel Garcia. I don't. I mean, not Daniel Garcia, but Wheeler Yuta. So I don't. So it is what it is. Moving on. So we go backstage with Wheeler Yuta. He's with Alex Marvez. Wheeler Yuta says that he's conflicted. He says, "I'm conflicted on the recent events." Wheeler says that he's been distracted. He is then handed his title. Handed his title. Yuta says he takes pride in the Trios Championship and will kick whoever's ass he has to at Grand Slam. Okay, this sucked. Wheeler Yuta is horrible. He is horrible, bro. This guy should have got his walking papers a long time ago. He should have been let go from AEW. Not being mean, it's just the truth. He could do anything else but pro wrestling. I don't care what he does, but Wheeler Yuta is just not it. He's not it. Maybe TNA can save him and revive him, but I don't think it's going to happen. Wheeler Yuta, he's just not good, man. He's just not good. And this was a bad promo. Moving on. So, Hook defeats a jobber by the name of JD Inc. And Roderick Strong was on commentary. Who gives a fuck? Fuck this shit. Moving on. So Alex Marvez, he's backstage with Private Party. They issue a challenge for the Trios Championships and say that they can find somebody. So this is all right. Moving on. Renee Paquette, she's talking to the patriarchy. Christian Cage addresses Nick Wayne and says that Christian Cage and Nick Wayne will become champions together. Christian Cage tells Renee that he needs to address Christian Cage by his proper moniker, the next AEW World Champion. And then lame-ass Kip Sabian, who's still there apparently for 5 years. He should have been released a long time ago as well. He comes in. He asks for the patriarchy to leave. Christian Cage tells Kip Sabian he'll put him in the grave next to his dead father if he doesn't move out of the way. Who cares about this? Do I care about this? No. This is awful television. Moving on. Yuka Sakazaki and Queen Amanita, they won against Mariah May and Serena Deeb. So they won via something. Mariah May, she hit Yuka Sakazaki with the belt, and that was cool. So she's finally a heel, which makes perfect sense. And then she kisses Yuka on the cheek, so that was cool. Moving right along. So we then get a video from Mina Shirakawa. Says she's coming soon, so she's going to respond. So this is great. Good stuff. This is good stuff. More hot lesbian action. Let's go. Let's get it. Moving right along. So Nigel McGuinness, he had a backstage vignette which messed up twice, so their audio is still as shit. It's been going on 5 years, not good. You just received $170 million per year and you can't fix your damn audio. That's not good. So he says if Danielson can show up and is healthy, the match will take place and it'll happen. Taz says Brian is cleared. What type of shape is he gonna be in? So, which is all a lie. We know Danielson's gonna be there next week. We know that. So, we just basically see some Ring of Honor footage involving Danielson and Nigel. Okay, that's fine. Moving right along. So Jon Moxley, he comes out next, and he was attacked by by Private Party and Commander. So the Blackpool Combat Club, they dispose of Private Party and Commander extremely quickly. They beat the shit out of them. Moxley, he opens up a toolbox, and he pulls out a hammer, and he destroys the hand of what's the guy's name? Is it Mark Quinn, I believe? Yeah. No, my bad. Isaiah Cassidy. So he destroys the hand of Isaiah Cassidy, which was fucking awesome. It was great. So Darby Allin, he came out to make the save. Him and Mox have a little stare down. He's about to hit Mox with a skateboard. And so Moxley ducks out the way. Darby gets on the mic and tells Mox that he's not the same man he was 5 years ago. He tells Mox that he'll win at Grand Slam and then go on to become the new AEW World Champion in his home state. Okay, that's cool. This is great. So who wins next week? I don't know. Probably Moxley. Darby's not going to win. I don't see Moxley winning. Darby winning. It wouldn't make any damn sense to me. That's just me. I don't think it's going to make any sense. But Moxley has to win next week. Moving on. We get a shitty vignette talking about Jack Perry. Who cares? Jack Perry is weird. Like, he's probably doing some... He's probably burning some... he's probably doing some animal sacrifices. I would assume. He's probably sacrificing some animals in his van. I would imagine. Probably having pentagrams everywhere and shit, and hell Satan everywhere. That's probably what he's doing. Not really though, but he might be doing that shit. He might. I don't know. But Jack Perry is a weird motherfucker. I don't know, but I don't know why AEW continues to push Jack Perry. I just don't get it. He's just not over. I mean, we don't care about what happened last year at All In. We just don't care about it. I don't care about Jack Perry. He's okay in small doses, but why the fuck does Tony Khan continue to push Jack Perry? I don't know. Ricochet, he defeats the Beast Mortos, a.k.a. Black Taurus, in a pretty good little match. Ricochet gets the win via the reverse DDT, a.k.a. the vertical for the 1-2-3. That's fine. Moving on, so we get a video package talking about Hangman Page, saying that, believe me when I tell you, I will have what I want. All right? Moving on, so Hangman, he comes out, and he says he knew that a day would come when Swerve was dealt with, would be gone. Page says that he knew that it would not just be that Swerve. My bad. Page then says he knew that it would not just be Swerve that would pay, but people who protected him and supported him. Hangman says that he's surrounded by them and people who cheer him. Hangman says that when he hears those voices, it reminds him when he sat home suspended. Hangman says that he hears another voice loud and clear, a voice coming from the commentary desk. Tony Schiavone didn't talk about Jeff Jarrett. Then Hangman backs Tony Schiavone into a corner. So Jeff Jarrett comes out. Hangman and Jeff Jarrett have a little fight scene. And then Jeff Jarrett gets on the mic. He says that there's an entire locker room that wants to kick Adam Page's ass, and he's the first in line. He says somehow, some way, before he retires, he's going to kick Adam Page's ass. Pretty good stuff, I guess. Pretty good. Interesting. I'm liking this. Moving on. So, Ricochet's backstage with Renee Paquette, but Will Ospreay shows up, and Ricochet tells Will Ospreay that the moment he stepped in AEW, and then everyone goes out of their way to call out Ricochet, and more people are worried about Ricochet and not Will Ospreay. Ricochet said that he talked with Tony Khan and has himself an international championship match on the 5th anniversary of AEW, which takes place on October 2nd. And then he calls Will Ospreay little bro. And then Will Ospreay's kind of shocked. This is weird. Why in the fuck would you book Will Ospreay and Ricochet so early? You mean to tell me we can't wait till Full Gear? You mean to tell me we couldn't wait till Revolution in March of next year? Or whenever they have Revolution? Why are we rushing into this match? Why not build it for a while? Let these guys rack up some wins, and then you have these guys go after each other in backstage segments, promo segments. Build this shit up. Oh my God, I cannot believe Tony Khan did this shit. Oh no, I can. Wait, because he's a fucking mark. This is dumb. This is absolutely dumb. This is pathetic. Main event of the evening: Will Ospreay, Kyle Fletcher, and Tanosuke Takeshita. They defeat Kazuchika Okada and the Bucks. Who gives a shit? Fuck this. And that was AEW. The only good thing about it was Jon Moxley destroying the hand of Isaiah Cassidy. That was great. Everything else on the show, awful. Just awful. Awful. Not good. But that was AEW. So what did you guys think? Like, comment, subscribe. Peace.